Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the finals of the Pokemon TCG National Championships. Our very own Kyle Pooka Sucevich is in the finals against Justin Sanchez in the Masters Division. I am Crim, and with me is Michael Pramawat, and we are going to see if we can get a good view of this game.
Hello, and yeah, Kyle is running. Kyle is running Don Fan, Jan Mega, Zoroark, and Justin Sanchez is running Primetime. We have Kyle winning the flip and judging on the first turn. A very strong move for Kyle.
Yes, Pramawat, it is. Kyle's deck is a Stage 1 deck against a Primetime deck, which is Jan Mega Magnezone. Jan Mega Magnezone needs a large hand at the beginning of the game in order to set up its Magnezones, in which case it will be becoming vulnerable to the judges. Until then, however, the judge is a very, very brutal blow as long as Justin cannot get a Clef out.
Justin seems to have a... Justin communicates for... Let's see, what does he got? He is looking for Cleffa. He's looking for Cleffa. He gets Cleffa.
Alright, Justin gets that Cleffa. He does get the Eve and reset his hand. The judge was not effective.
But it does cause Justin to lose a turn and setting up. If this Cleffa does not get him anything, and if he flips heads, Kyle is going to be in a huge advantage going into the later of the game.
I see a Pokemon reversal in Kyle's hand, so Kyle will definitely be able to stop the setup as long as he gets a heads here. There is an energy on a Yanma. There is only a Yanma in Justin's bench, meaning that there will be no Magnezone on the second turn. That is the most brutal start that a Magnezone deck can have, and it will not happen. This is looking good for Kyle.
However, it is interesting he attached a Lightning to Yanma. That is signaling he is going to use that energy later in the game for Magnezone attack. And he flips heads. No, he flips heads. Oh, it's tails. It is tails. My mistake. And it is Kyle's turn. He plays Collector.
That is a perfect start. The Collector will allow him to set up a Phanpy as well as a couple of Yanmas or Zoroark if he feels the need to. This will completely set up his game as long as he gets some communications and some evolutions. He is in great shape. That's the beauty of the Stage 1 deck. The Stage 1 deck does not need a lot of other cards to set up. It doesn't need rare candies. It doesn't need Stage 1s and Stage 2 lines. It just has to get one attacker out. And as long as it does that, it is in good shape as long as your opponent does not set up. So with that judge, he's well on his way. I don't believe he's got an attacker yet. No, never mind. I take that back. That looks like a...
That is a Manaphy, and he attaches a fighting to it and shuffles it, get it in a new hand. This is going to be a pretty even game, but as long as Justin is unable to get Magnezone out, Kyle is going to have a huge advantage as the game goes on.
Yes, that was Deep Sea Swirl. Shuffle your hand in, draw 5 cards. Worse than Eek, but it's not a baby. So it looks like Kyle's strategy in this tournament was to not get turn 1. He did not want to get Tyrogued, and that's why his deck plays only big basic Pokemon and a Manaphy instead of a Cleffa. So let's see how it works out. His opponent has a Yanmega, and a Cleffa is awake. So his opponent will be able to start attacking on the second turn. This is very important because he will be taking the first prize of the game. The game right now is basically just a prize war. Whoever takes the first prize is obviously in the lead. Now the player who's going to be on the defense is going to have to find a way for his opponent to not take a prize while he continues taking prizes. It's now an uphill battle for Kyle. And that would be a judge from Justin Sanchez?
Yes.
Judge from Justin Sanchez.
Kyle's board is pretty developed, though. He has a lot of basics on the bench. This judge can possibly help Kyle. He's going to get if he gets any Stage 1, really, and a good supporter, then it's going to be hugely in Kyle's favor because there is no Magnemite on the board yet. Justin, he Sonic Booms Manaphy, but did he play Manaphy? But he still has 0 Magnemites on the board. This is huge. Kyle is in the tank. He gets his own Yanmega. And it looks like they are almost tied in. They are tied in prize hand size. But now Kyle throws on another judge. He really wants to prevent this Magnezone from ever hitting the board. If Kyle can deal with this initial Yanmega, then it's going to be game over and on the game 2.
That is exactly correct. Kyle has been here before. Kyle is the 2009 national champion. He made top 4 in 2010, and now look at him in the finals in 2011. He is most definitely prepared for this event, and Justin Sanchez, I hate to admit, is, I believe he is in his very first finals of any major Pokemon event. So obviously the pressure is going to be on, and this should give Kyle the advantage.
Oh, Kyle did just knock out the bench Cleffa with linear attack with his own Yanmega. And it is looking grim. Justin is in the tank, but can he pull something out? He has...
Yes, that was a beautiful move by Kyle Sucevich. He destroys the Cleffa and does not allow Justin to recover from the judge. This is going to be a great move. Justin absolutely needed a supporter, and I do not believe he got it. He gets a Sonic Boom on Yanmega, and Justin is in top deck mode. Justin needs to have some sort of a supporter or setup on his following turn.
However, Justin does have a Cleffa in his hand. He is very smartly holding it in, so Kyle does not linear attack it. And Kyle just copycats, and it looks like he's just going in to return his own Sonic Boom. Let's see what Kyle gets.
See, what I don't like about holding the Clef in your hand is that you are now really vulnerable to a third judge. That is why I do not agree with that play, but irrelevant. He is in the finals, and he is going to be in okay shape as he sets up with a Cleffa. However, he will be behind in the prize war once again, and like I mentioned, the prize war is exactly what this format is all about. So by setting up with a Clef Physique, he's going to give a prize to his opponent because his Yanmega has 70 damage on it, meaning that he can be sniped. There is a Yanma now from Justin Sanchez's board. Yanmega KOs Kyle's Yanmega, and he is still ahead on prizes or tied. No, it would be 4-4 or 4-5. Yes, that would be 4-5 in Justin Sanchez's favor. There's a Pokemon communication from Kyle Sucevich.
And this is interesting to note that is a communication that Josue Rojano had not played in his deck due to deck error. He gets Zoroark, and he gets I think that Zoroark is fully powered, and it's just gonna go in and knock out that Yanmega for 2 energy. That'll tie Pooka back up, and it'll be a tie game right now.
Yes, although Zoroark was intended for Reshiram purposes and as well as Zekrom purposes, the Zoroark is actually a very decent attacker against the Yanmega. Being able to copy Yanmega's attacks and have similar HP just gives you more Yanmegas against your opponent. So that's a strategy that will be used frequently by these Stage 1 decks when competing against the Yanmega Magnezone.
It's also to note that when you attack with Zoroark, you do not need to have the same number of cards in your hand as your opponent in order to reach Yanmega's energy requirements. Thus, he is able to lay down all his cards and just bring it down to a low hand count, and then use a supporter next turn to refresh it back to even numbers.
Indeed. Let's see what happens now. There is another Yanmega from Justin Sanchez. Justin has been able to recover fairly well from these judges, and it looks like we do have a game on our hands. As long as Justin gets a supporter to continue his hand to continue fleshing out his hand, he will be in fine shape. Now there is an Eek from Justin Sanchez. Once again, what this means is that he is now going to be behind in the damage and prize wars. However, he will have to set up, so it's a trade-off.
Yes, the tempo has returned to Kyle. He can use this. Oh, Cleffa stays asleep, but Kyle can use this turn. Oh, it's awake?
He never moved it. Oh, he never moved.
My mistake. Cleffa is awake, and this allows Kyle to take the advantage. He can take the prize and go into the prize lead. He's searching his discard.
Important to note is that Justin Sanchez actually runs Super Scoop Up in his deck. Super Scoop Up does allow him to win Yanmega races. However, if you are forced to Eek, Kyle could indeed put 40 damage on a Yanmega as long as there's no other Yanma on the bench, which would force his opponent out of the Super Scoop Up range. However, there is a copycat. No, that would be a copycat. It looks like Justin should have a 6-card hand since he just eked. So that'll be a brand new 6 from Kyle. Let's see what else happens here.
And he does 40. 40 to Yan Mega. Very smart. He's going to knock out those Yan Megas in later turns, and he just knows Cleffa will be a prize later in the game. He does not need to take it right now. He can just be patient, bide his time, and just win the game in a couple turns.
That is exactly correct, and that is what separates Kyle from most players. Most players would indeed just take the Cleffa and be happy with that prize exchange, knowing that 2 Cleffas are now in the discard pile and that his opponent will likely not eke again. However, Kyle knows that this Cleffa will be a prize at any point in this match. That linear attack is very brutal against baby Pokemon, and if you can put the damage on Yan Mega will now be very vulnerable, and it'll be a 1-shot KO against a 2-shot KO from your opponents. Also, important to note is that, once again, Justin runs Super Scoop-Ups, and this mitigates all of Super Scoop-Up's effect.
And we have another Yanma, and I think a Magnemite in Justin's hand. He uses Collector?
He had an Elm in his hand, I believe.
It looks like it's a collector.
It's a collector. It's a collector. And he gets a couple Magnemites. He's gonna try to get out his standard Magnezones, Yan Megas, and just try to go for a standard game from here on out.
We at the Top Cut do apologize. We do not have the best camera feed because we are not inside of the rails. We are videotaping this from outside of the rails, however, with permission. Thank you very much to Pokemon Organized Play for allowing us to do this. It looks like somebody just took one game in the Seniors Division. We have not been covering the Seniors Division yet. However, there is a finals match going on, and we will get their name shortly. As well as, obviously, the Junior Division. The Junior Division actually features the U.S.'s own Sydney Morsoli, I apologize. Sydney Morsoli. And her opponent is actually somebody with a very difficult name to pronounce.
It's Xanzer or something like that?
Yes, however, we will get that information shortly as well. We wish we could be covering all 3 matches, however, we just do not have the production value yet. But we apologize, and we hope to do that soon. Now back to Kyle's game.
It looks like another Eek coming down for Sanchez. And the result of this is Baby Flip comes in as heads. That is very fortunate for Kyle. He can keep stacking on the damage, or if he feels like he's in position to just take a couple prize, he can knock out Cleffa.
How many Magnemites are in play, Mr. Pramawat? Perfect.
There's 2.
Okay, well, that Pokemon reversal was very important, as that now allows him to secure a prize against a very important Pokemon. Copycat is now played.
Yeah, keeping him off Magnezone is the name of this game. As long as Justin cannot get Magnezone, he cannot reach his deck's full potential. And it's just going to be a very uphill battle if he cannot get Magnezone.
Yes, he did reversal of Magnemite. It is now confirmed. So, once again, Justin Sanchez's setup is just being slowed down. And we have a winner in the Juniors Division.
One win in the Juniors Division for Sydney Morsoli.
Sydney Morsoli takes game 1 in the Juniors Division. And back to the Masters. As we said, the setup has been slowed down, and that is exactly the Stage 1 deck's expectation. No, this is what the Stage 1 deck wants to do. The Stage 1 deck does not want the Magnezone to ever come out. Obviously, it is prepared with a Dawn fan in case it does, but obviously, if you take away their setup, they're in bad shape. All they have is Yan Megas, and you have 3 different attackers. It is very, very important to be able to maintain that advantage throughout the game.
You have a reversal or no?
There would be...
And we have another Eek coming down.
2 reversal tails from Mr. Sanchez. Unfortunate, however, given the situation, it is not the most important reversal flips. All I believe he was trying to do was slow down Kyle and probably reversal up a Dawn fan, I believe.
And we have
That would be he's asleep. All right, Justin Sanchez is asleep.
Now Kyle is going to be able, while that baby stays asleep, just tear apart Sanchez's bench. It is going to be a very tough race. And we have a reversal for heads. And he gets
Yeah, on Mega.
Yan Mega. That 40 damage. That's